Okay. Okay. It's trying. Welcome to the actual version of this. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the pregame over at my Facebook page,
Whoops.
this
I mean, it happens.
this is our second time introducing this. I made a mistake the first time we tried to do this, and Haley is correct with her very first text that has a bad word in it, but she's right. We are now on the Jay and Kevin Show Facebook page doing a little mid-afternoon fun for you because people are getting bored.
Yes.
I want to keep people entertained. I want to make sure that we have got you covered with things to do on the internet. Did you know the internet has a lot of things on it, boys?
What?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Did
Since
that just start?
since I talked to you at 10 o'clock, what is one thing you've looked at on the internet, Jay Daniels?
Oh boy. Oh, I looked at the charts, the music charts.
Oh, was there anything? Was there a new number one this week or anything I need to know about?
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw's number one?
No, I made that up. Come on,
I was
bro.
gonna say, Tim McGraw, what song does he have?
No, it's Luke Bryan.
Okay, I actually really like that song, and I don't know why, but I do. I really like it.
I'm trying to think. Oh, there was a song I was gonna ask you about. Now I don't remember it. Never mind. Carry on. Go ahead, caller.
Okay, Kevin, one thing you looked at on the internet.
I just watched a bunch of boring work stuff. I was trying to figure out how to do some recording of video so that we could do this little segment that we want to do this story time with Jay and Kevin, where Jay and I tell stories of stuff that's happened throughout our careers. Some stories that you probably heard on the air, maybe some that you haven't heard on the air. We'll just tell some stories.
Yeah.
And so that it'll be the two of us and be able to record it and then post it whenever on Facebook. So
I love it. Well, I'm excited for it. That'll be very fun. So that's what Kevin looked at on the internet. I was looking at this, guys. This is a website that, oh, not that one. That's not the one I want. That's our stream key right there. You can't use that anymore because it's no longer there.
boring.
That's no longer there. But you can steal that right now and try to get that, but it's not going to work because I already used it. But this, let me see. Let me bring up the right one. Here, there we go.
By the way, I'll do the thing that I see. I've been watching a lot of the country music artists do their live feeds, and they're super cool, and I do enjoy them a lot.
Right.
But they do this thing where they say hi to everybody who's on. Hey, Brittany. Hey to Janessa and Sandy and Kirsten and Jeff. Thanks for watching today.
Charlotte.
Well, this is a site that I've enjoyed the past couple of days to give me some sanity.
Watching too.
If you've never been here, Sporcle. 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 That spells sporcle. Can't you see?
Sporcle was like really popular for a while. So wasn't it? It seems like when Sporcle came out, everybody talked about Sporcle, and then, seems like Sporcle has been forgotten. But God bless you for bringing it back.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm here
but
for.
not forgotten.
Bringing back old things, but you may have forgotten about. So I wanted to try one with you guys so people can see what this is about. Again, something potentially to do with your family at home later. Could be fun. You guys want to do some Kenny Rogers stuff here? I brought up their latest country music quizzes. As you can see. So I've got some classic country crossword. We got some Carrie Underwood stuff. That's probably just angry things. Just kidding. She has some good songs, the happy songs as well. But Kenny Rogers. I've got Remembering Kenny Rogers. I've got the Gambler Clicky Okie. I've got Kenny Rogers Matching. What are you feeling today, boys?
Kenny Rogers Matching? What's that?
Play tribute, Kenny fans. Most songs you'll know by heart. Deduce less familiar hits with a little reasoning.
Let's try that.
Okay.
Why not?
I don't know how it's going to work. We'll see what happens. Can you match the Kenny Rogers songs? You want to try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
We
Okay.
have 5 minutes for this?
5 minutes. Let's see how it works.
Same to you, Dalton.
Let's see what happens here. I don't know how any of these work. Okay. I think we have to match these two things that are going to be on the screen here in a second. You can't see. Oh, you can't see it, can you?
No, it's a little small. I mean,
okay. Hang on.
It's fuzzy and small.
Wait.
I think my screen froze. Like, I just think that no matter what I'm trying to do right now, it's not working.
Oh.
There.
Well, I mean, here's the deal. And what I love about us is we could just do a normal video like anybody. We could put, a couple people on Zoom or Skype or something and just do a normal video. No.
I wanted
That's
to
what
try.
everybody else is doing.
I think
You
it's because
gotta
I had
try
to
to go.
change. I had to change some settings, and I think my computer is going to light on fire here in a second. Is what I'm doing. So
We've had to go like,
Gosh.
actually, what we're doing now is
know what?
looking at some documents from NASA.
I'm going
And
back
we're
to
gonna-
this. I'm going back to this because I don't know what was happening there.
Hi, Curdy.
Sporcle was going to be a fun game. Now I'm out of Sporcle because I couldn't get it to work on my computer because
Well,
I'm having a panic. So
it's all right. Again, did you put that this is a test? Because again, that's kind of what we've been doing is just testing all this.
no, I didn't. But that was what was going to happen there. Is that was going to be a real. This was our tests have worked better than our real ones. Have you noticed that?
So yeah,
The tests
for
are better
sure.
than the real ones?
They've worked
Yeah.
better. They've had less problems. So what I'm going to bring up is something that is rather tricky, and I'm going to read some of these to you in the
Okay.
best way possible. But I've got to do I need you to filibuster for a second, boys.
Oh, I don't know if it's possible.
I'm gonna filibust with this. Robert on the chat here says, "What's going on, guys? We're having Kevin's famous hot dog sandwiches for lunch today. God bless you, Robert. If you haven't checked out any of the quarantine cooking with Kevin, it's a little segment TC and I have been doing at the house here. Today we started Kids Week, and you can check these out on the Coyote Country Facebook page and
Yeah.
on Instagram. And I made the hot dog sandwich. Again, it's the simplest thing, but it's the easiest way to turn a couple hot dogs into a party.
Do you in half? I can't remember. Do you like slice them, but not all the way in half, and then lay them out flat?
Yeah, you have to watch the video, Jay. It's
Bro.
available on Coyote Country Facebook.
I'm looking for the Reader's Digest version of it. I
Yeah,
want-
Reader's Digest version. Yeah, you slice the
Yeah.
hot dogs in half, you fry them, you put them on, your favorite type of bread. My kids' bread was always just simple white bread,
Yeah.
and they only liked ketchup and mustard on them. But if I made one, I'd put some cheese on there and some
Yes.
onions and all sorts of goodies.
Well, let me read you this. This is a thing on Reddit. I'm going to edit the name of it, but it's called "Am I the Bottom Hole?"
Oh,
It's a good edit.
And people ask questions, and then the people on Reddit decide if that person is truly a bottom hole or not.
Wow.
Okay? So this one says, 2 months ago, I flew with my two twins, age 11, back to the UK from a trip in the USA. I had booked economy tickets for the three of us. We were all booked to sit together and left 3 seats. However, when we boarded, someone sat in my seat, and it turned out that for some reason my seat was double booked. The air hostess, I love it. That's a very, I think, UK term. The air hostess asked if I would like to upgrade to business class, to which I said yes. It's rare that I fly in business, and I didn't want to pass up the opportunity. I left my 2 kids in economy, where they sat next to the guy who had my economy seat. The kids were fine and didn't complain at all. However, when I told my wife about this, she was very angry, as something could have happened to the kids as they sat next to a stranger, and it was my duty to protect them. She feels that I was greedy and I should have given the upgrade to the person who had my seat. I thought she was being ridiculous, but even up until now, she keeps bringing it up, and we've had many arguments over this. Am I the bottom?
yes.
Yep.
Okay, that was easy. Okay. That was an easy one. Spoiler alert, just so you guys know, spoiler alert, on most of these, the person is the bottom.
Yeah, he's definitely
I mean,
bottom. He's the whole thing and more.
At
all
what
of it, yeah.
at what point
Congratulations.
at what point could you have your kids, at what age could you leave your kids back there?
I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it anyway, even if I'm flying with them right now. They're, 19 and 16 or 23 and 18. I would have said, I'm just going to sit by them.
Yeah, that's a small person answer. As a big person, I would because my kids are small, so that makes it easier. Like, it doesn't matter. But I would think that maybe if I knew I was going to get just a way better, bigger seat, and my kids were old enough and they were entertained, like if I had them in a good spot, I'd be like, I would ask, you guys good with me moving up there? And if they said yes, I'd be like, see ya.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't want to sit next to you anyway, Kevin. You're like with the armrest up, and you're like trying
Right.
to use your tray table, and
And if they have their entertainment, they're going to be happy on the flight. They're going to be fine anyway. So I wouldn't mind doing it then. But
aren't
if
you
the
their
kids-
entertainment?
the kids got to be like teenager plus. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're leaving any younger kids than that, you're a bottom hole.
Amanda and Doug say they'd never leave their kids.
So,
John wants to know what a bottom hole is. Stop.
I mean, there's a great Chevy Chase line that you can get for that. So, This one, like, if you read some of these titles on this Reddit, it's unbelievable. Like, this one just says, "Am I the bottom?" This is the headline. I won't actually read this one. It says, "Am I the bottom for telling my dying mother that I will never forgive her?"
Oh,
my God.
I don't know the story, but that's what we're dealing with. So I'm going to read this one. Am I the bottom for not allowing my wife to break our agreement involving our cat? My wife and I have been together for 6 years, married for 2. 3 years ago, we got a cat because my wife really wanted one. I agreed that she could get the cat only if she took care of all the chores related to the cat and if the cat's expenses came out of her spending money.
Wow.
Okay? Well, this is how you normally deal with a little kid. She agreed to these terms, and we got the cat. My wife is now 2 months pregnant. Bad timing, I know. I don't know why that's bad. Oh, because coronavirus. Bad timing, I know. And she's telling me that I have to take over litter box duty for the cat. She said that exposure to the litter box is bad for the baby, but I think she's exaggerating. I don't understand how cleaning it could affect the baby as long as she's not eating the litter or sticking her face into it. I think she's just trying to get out of this chore because it's her least favorite. Anyway, I told her the agreement was clear and then we got the cat, and it was unfair to expect me to take over the cat chores when she is the one who wanted the cat. She got really mad but eventually gave up. Now she cleans the litter box while wearing gloves and a mask. The argument came back up yesterday because we're running out of masks and there's no way we will be able to get new ones. My wife is insisting that I'm being the bottom for not taking over this chore, while I think she is the bottom for going back on our deal. Who is the bottom here?
is he the husband?
He is the husband.
He's the bottom.
That's easy math.
What?
Let
You
me
seriously are gonna?
let me get my calculator out here.
Man.
Okay, you know what I love?
That checks out, Jay. That is absolutely the correct math.
He has
Thank you.
He has 2 edits to it since posting that. I have not looked at these. I haven't looked at any of these yet. First of all, he said, okay, this is his first edit, which I imagine it means he got pooped on
Yeah.
by the world. So, first edit.
Absolutely.
Okay, I get it. I was wrong about how cleaning the litter box could harm the baby. So, obviously, there was some science behind that. I think that my wife should have thought of this before we got the cat. It seems irresponsible to have a cat when you're planning on getting pregnant, but I will clean the litter box while she's pregnant. Okay, so he still can't go all the way back on it.
This guy is guaranteeing he's never having another baby, if you know what I mean.
Unless
Well,
they
maybe
adopt. Only if they
second
adopt.
wife.
Yeah. The edit 2 came around.
Oh my God.
I don't understand why people think I didn't want my wife to get pregnant. We were trying to have a baby. I'm saying that it's bad timing because we didn't know the pandemic would happen.
Right.
The timing comment has
Okay.
nothing to do with the cat issue.
Oh, okay.
So this
Yeah.
guy, you know what?
my gosh.
Judging by those 2 edits, I'm imagining this guy learned real quickly in the comments he is the bottom.
I think so.
Okay,
I don't even. Why did you even write that? You knew before you wrote it.
I haven't
It's
read
like-
I haven't read this one yet. Am I the bottom? This is the headline. Am I the bottom for donating my neighbor's kids' toys to charity? Okay. A while ago,
I
got
have to hear more to judge.
Yeah, a while ago I got new neighbors, a family with a kid around 8 years old. Our backyards are separated by a fence, about 2.5 meters tall. I love it. I love that they're all foreign. They're all foreign
Yeah.
measurements, and
Mates.
you can't see the other yard. It gives you quite a load of privacy. So privacy fence.
Quite
So
a load.
Every now and then, quite a load. So every now and then, I would find a football in my yard. I just thought, well, the boy was kicking the ball and it fell over my fence. Nothing wrong with that because, he's a kid. So I would just throw it back over the fence. But at some point, it started to happen way too often. I get annoyed and just decided not to return the balls and leave them where they are. If he wants it, he can come ask for it. But apparently it was easier for him to just buy another ball. Notice, we are talking about those European 5 plastic balls, cheap stuff. Okay, so Euro balls. Okay. So one day I wake up and there is not 1, not 2, but 3 balls in my yard. I'm still refusing to return them unless he comes to ask for it. Fast forward a few days and the balls have vanished from my yard. I go and ask my wife if she has returned it and she says no. So one day I was in my kitchen looking in my garden and the kid was in my yard without permission. Notice that it is a full closed backyard. There's no way unless he opened the latch to the gate, he's 8 years old, he would never be able to reach it because it's too high. At this point, I'm starting to get very annoyed because I see a huge privacy invasion. So fast forward, the guy is taking the balls and donating them to charity. Is he the bottom?
I need a clarification. Is it A football
or a soccer
like
ball?
a soccer ball?
It's not a football. It's a soccer ball.
No, that's fine. Get rid of
Then
them.
donate away.
Yeah.
Okay, what if it's a Nerf football?
You're doing the kid a favor. Oh,
It-
Nerf football? Leave the football alone, man.
So
No, here's the deal. Every time this happens, I mean, I think I lived in a yard for a while that had a situation where the kids were young and the balls would go into the neighbor's yard. But you
Yeah.
kept telling them, guys, be careful or you're going to have to go over there and ask the neighbor for the ball back. Like, that's the way this is going to work. Because if you can't be a little more careful, because it usually is them being reckless and not taking care of it. So it's like, guys, if you can't do it right, then you're going to have to go ask. If they don't want to ask, then my deal is you don't get the ball back. Is that fair? And so I don't know if the neighbor, but at some point they become his if we're not going to go ask for them. So I guess give them away to some little kids who hopefully will listen to their parents.
This one is a question. Would I be the bottom if I locked my roommate's cat in her room? When she's gone, this girl is locking the roommate's cat in her room so that it's not around the house. But her friend...
Is the roommate pregnant?
Roommate's not pregnant, but
Yeah.
roommate is gone sometimes for a couple days.
Oh, days?
So she'll
is
feed
there
it.
food
It
and
says
water?
she'll
I
feed
mean,
it and stuff, but then just leave it in that room.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a
Ah.
cat. I don't think the cat cares really. I mean,
let me
again, if it was a dog, the dog would be sad. I'm
No,
sure.
you can't
but,
do a dog that way, but
Yeah,
cat.
but a cat, as long as you're feeding it, they're fine. Trust me. The cat probably doesn't want to be around you either, lady.
Not to mention, just tell the roommate that one. Hey, I'm leaving your cat in your room when you're gone.
Guys, some
So-
of these are amazing. Am I the bottom for not wanting my step siblings to call my dad Dad?
Ooh.
You might have to let that one go.
Dad and his
Yeah,
current girlfriend have been dating for the past year and a half.
Yeah.
Dad's girlfriend has 2 kids, 10 and 13. Moved into the family house.
Oh, they're little kids?
Yeah, this wasn't too much of an issue as my sister was 19 and I was 21. And then after a couple year or at the end of the year, they've started calling the dad Dad. And stepsister 21 doesn't like it. Is she the bottom?
Yeah, she's got to get over that one. That's up to the dad. If the doesn't want to be called dad, then he can say he doesn't want to be called dad. But that's not for a 21-year-old to decide that. You got to get over
No.
yourself.
This one is unrelatable to anyone. This one is, I won't read it. I'll just give you the headline. Am I the bottom for telling my partner no to certain things?
Mm-hmm.
Am I the bottom for that?
I don't know, Kevin. Are you,
wife to
are
her.
you the
It looks-
bottom for telling me no to certain things?
It looks like it's
Yes.
wife. It looks like it's a wife to the husband. So I don't know. I don't think that one. No one in the chat can relate to that, I'm sure. So we'll just move
Yeah.
on.
Hey, this one says, I love that you guys are doing this. It's a nice break in the middle of the afternoon. From Monty.
From who?
Monty.
Hi, Monty.
Our Monty.
What's up, Monty? God, I missed the Friday, guys. We were talking about this earlier in the week that I was on vacation. So the last time I was in our building was March 3rd. And so it's been almost a month since I was at work. And so I haven't seen the Friday guys in over a month.
Guess how long it's going to be?
Another full month at least. It's
Yeah.
going to be like 2 weeks. We need to figure out how to get Monty. I'm sure you have the Zoom capabilities, right? Like Monty would be able to do this. If we could get Warren and Bruce somehow to get on here, Max, I'm not even bringing it up. He wouldn't do it. He'd
No.
just be like,
No.
that's dumb.
Well, we got a chance to tell everybody his opinion.
Well,
That's a
maybe
good
he
point.
would then, right? But he wouldn't want the rest of us to be able to talk.
Boys, I'm going to have to start wrapping up because this one has started to open her eyes. So I'm going to go get
What's
her
up,
here in a
O?
second. But I'll give you a couple here. One more for you. Am I the bottom for expecting my fiance not to wear her late fiance's ring anymore? She has current fiance's
He
ring.
passed away.
Yes. She has current fiance's ring on her ring finger. Ex-fiance who died tragically on her right hand. And this guy is like, no, you
Oh.
can't wear that.
Oh, it's
no,
on his
so-
right hand?
Oh,
No.
geez.
It's not like
Yeah.
she's doubling up rings, and he died tragically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the bottom.
Unless he's Patrick Swayze, I wouldn't worry about it. He's not a threat.
Am I the
Okay.
body?
But if
Monty,
she
you
gets Clay, get out of there, bud.
might be Monty. You might be, you might be the one who can deal with this. None of us have a crick in our backyard, But this one is, am I a bottom for allowing my kids to build a rock dam across our creek, which made the neighbors mad? The kids have made in the quarantine a rock dam across the creek, and it's ticked off the neighbor.
I don't think you can dam a creek, can you? I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's probably fine. The water's still getting through some of it, right?
Well, that's the question.
They didn't build a dam that's like generating power.
Right. It's built
And
out
is
of
it
rocks.
also, it's their only source of water? It's neighbor's only source of water, and now he has none because it has a rock dam on it.
It's ruined his baths.
Right. He can't fish anymore.
I mean, some of the headlines on these boys are just, I mean, they're unbelievable.
Hey, what do you do when you're trying to not touch your face, Slim? Do you ever do this one?
Oh, I like that. I have not come up with a good one yet. I normally touch my face and then immediately go, dang it. Like, I've been trying not to, but it's hard. I like go like this, and then, but I need to do that. I need to get with my sleeve, or I just need to like get used to doing something like that.
It always looks like you're trying to sniff your armpit. You're like,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like if I haven't left my environment that I'm in all day, I haven't left my room the entire day, and no one else has been around me, and I've washed my hands a few times.
sure.
Like, am I pretty safe touching my face? I hope so, because you know me, I can't.
I know you can't
I've
stop.
tried. I cannot stop doing it. There's something about these hands and this face.
Do that. Put it in your eye.
They're a match made in heaven.
I think they said like 14 or 16 times an hour. Is that what they said?
The normal person does it?
Yeah.
Would you guys like one last, am I the bottom, and then I do have to go.
Okay, got it.
Am I the bottom for telling my mom that my wife is pregnant in an argument?
Yeah.
So to get out of an argument, the son is going to tell his mom that his wife is pregnant. That's such a move.